Hey guys, it's Alma Jam. I want to talk about our session tomorrow, Friday, September 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, about clearing layers of ego and identities. So what the heck are identities anyway, right? I want to talk about this and how I see it. So you are source in a body, light in a body, creator in a body, God in a body, whatever we call it, whatever labels that we have to describe that which we really are. Okay. You incarnate in a body, in a form, and I'm going to simplify this for video's sake. Okay. And you start having experiences. There's emotion, there's thought, there's this separate identity that starts to be experienced other than just, we'll just say pure consciousness, pure source. There starts to be this identity that forms, enabling you to have an experience of being a separate identity, person, let's call it, okay? Let's just say human for now, because we've had thousands of lifetimes in other forms, right? But let's talk about something we can relate to, this human form, okay? In order to give yourself an identity and a completely separate sense of who you are, you needed to have ego that believes, let's say it's like a box, and it believes it's in control. It believes it knows everything. It believes it has to figure it out. It has to create life. I, me, I gotta do everything. I am everything. There's nothing outside of me. It's all about me and my need to survive. To be a separate entity. That's me. It's ego. Okay. We needed that in order to create a person, personhood, not person body, but as an experience in our psyche of being a separate person. Like, I'm not source, I'm not pure consciousness, I'm not universal energy, I'm not creation, I'm me. Okay, so ego gives that sense of me. From that sense of me has emotions and thought. Then the energy within me gets all up in emotion and thought, and I believe I am all my emotions and all my thoughts. I truly believe, as my ego self, that I am my experiences. I am my feelings. I am thought. So my source energy, my pure consciousness, my awareness starts to, like, let's say, turn away from the truth of who I am, and it starts to identify in all of these feelings and thoughts and emotions over time, more and more and more and more and more. My awareness, let's say, turns away from what's behind me, which is true source self, like inside, right? Turns away from that and starts paying attention to all of these experiences. And I forget who I am because I'm not paying attention to it anymore. I'm paying attention to everything that's loud and shiny, right? So over time, now I'll just bring in lifetimes, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of this experience, we have some really, like, hardened pattern in us of believing we are the identity, right? Believing I am fully the emotion I am experiencing. I am fully the thought I am experiencing. I don't remember who I am. And then I live my life completely identified in my form, in my emotion, in my thought. And I live a whole life from there. I create friends, I create a job, I create a home. Everything I create is from fully identifying in all of these things. My energy's all up in there, okay? Like a balloon that's floating in the air. In order for it to float, it needs air. So the balloon is the identity, the air is my energy. When I take my energy out of there, the balloon falls. It's got nothing to hold it, right? Awakening is like this experience of the energy coming out of the balloon. We start to wake up in the midst of our identity, right? We're like, holy shit, what the F is going on here? I thought all this was me. What do you mean it's not me? Bah! What's going on? Is our initial awakening. It's terrifying. We don't know how to live our lives. Our lives start imploding. Everything starts falling away because the truth, the deepest truth in us is no longer holding all that together, because now we're waking up to the truth of who we've always been. And we're coming out of all this identity and all these ego structures, all these balloons. Our air is coming out and returning back to, the truth of who we are. And we're having to learn how to live as the truth of who we are, not this identity anymore. And the echo of identity is still here, right? We still feel like a me, an I still think I can control my life. I still think I'm my emotions. I still think I'm my thought. I don't have enough space yet to fully know that I'm not those things. And the more and more I awaken, the more and more I start to realize, oh my God, I'm not this. Oh my God, I'm not that. Oh my God, that's not me. That's not me. Who am I if I'm not these things, right? And we all have stages of our awakening. From the initial, when it first starts, and we're like, what the heck? Right? It's mind-blowing, right? To many, many years of being on the path and being on the path and being on the path and embodying. And we start to learn just by sheer direct experience that we're not who we thought we were. And again, we have to learn a whole new way to live, right? That's what we're all going through in all kinds of different levels, right? So this session, back to the session, this session on Friday, Spirit sees that because of the velocity and the spiritual quickening that we're about to enter into as we round the corner into 2024, they see that helping you get your energy out of these identities, out of all of the balloons as much as we can, to return your energy back to self, return, is what will help you at this time to navigate the energies that are coming. To have you root as deeply as you can in yourself, because there's nothing wrong with identity. We're just waking up out of it, right? We need to live a different way now. So this session on Friday is like this big fat mixture of, like, when we meet all your identity in layers of it and ego energies with we could say within you, everything that you've been healing and waking up in and embodying, and just so many things will show up for the session, and we'll start releasing, popping all the balloons, getting your energy back. As we're in this process, there's going to be lots of healing and understanding and guidance, and you guys are going to bring all of that information through with what it is that we're releasing all of these, your energy out of identity back into self. And again, there is nothing wrong with identity. It was our experience, and it was very, very, very necessary to be able to have an experience as a separate person, as an identity. And the more and more we awaken, the more our energy comes out of identity back to true self, let's say. And our awareness starts to naturally want to pay more attention to true self versus identity. And we just don't know when that starts to happen. We just don't know what to do. We don't know how to live anymore, because how we lived was in our identity. Now we're coming out of identity, living in true self, right? So this session really wants to meet you where you are, to help release your energies out of these things, identities, to just really help embody you, and create that anchored, sovereign, really fortify your energy right now as much as we can to assist you in what's up and coming. So that's what we're going to do. So that's the energetics of identity. Air in a balloon. We take the air out, the balloon starts to fall. Right? All right, my loves, I love you, and I will see you in our session. And as always, feel free to share this session with those you feel would benefit. Thank you so much. Love you lots. Bye for now.